Right, welcome back to Inazuma 11. Here we are right after we beat the crap out of some small children.
And apparently everyone's cool with this.
Well, after the game is over, everybody's friends, right?
Yep, defeat means friendship.
Don't quote TV tropes.
Why
or
not?
I will kick you out that window. Except
true.
in real soccer, I think you're supposed to be kind of pissed after losing, but...
No.
No?
Not if you played a good game.
If you played a good game, you played a good game.
In my opinion, yeah.
See,
If you get pissed, then you have poor sportsmanship.
this is true. Nuts here is apparently a very good sportswoman.
Sure.
Is there a term for that? Sportswoman?
No.
It just sounds dumb.
That's because it's not a word.
I think it is, though.
No, it's not. Might be two words that you could call a kenning or something if you really wanted to, but it's not a real terminology.
I think kennings only work in Old English.
I know.
I know. And apparently this old fat guy's gonna train us now. With the small children. Because we need to get stronger for the next match. And Someoka needs to stop fouling up a bunch of kids.
He's very frustrated with himself right now.
Shh, spoilers.
It's kind of obvious right now.
Yeah, but you can wait until the game says it.
Okay, fine.
This is gonna be like in what, 2 seconds?
Yup. She just jumps the gun, what can I say?
I knew it was coming.
Well, oh my god, you've played the game!
Momo, get your gun.
Seriously. And Someoka really wants to learn some fancy-ass technique. I guess he really wants to set his foot on fire or whatever the hell it is Goenji does.
He wants to be better than Goenji, though, so something even
he
more
wants to-
fabulous.
He wants to equal Goenji. He never mentioned anything about being better than him.
Level the playing field.
Something like that, I guess. But Endo's like, hey, that's cool, whatever. But yeah, the thing with Someoka is, he sounds angry at everyone right now, but he's really angry at himself because he's like, wow, all the time I wasted screwing around, I could have been practicing, and he honestly believes, hey, I could be as good as that guy right now if I'd put in that time practicing.
He probably could have.
Yeah, he does get very good. His kick stat, I think, naturally, without extra training, will end up 6 or 8 points lower than Goenji's, though.
I believe that's correct, yeah.
But he has those points in other stats instead, so I don't know. I guess he's a bit bulkier than Goenji.
Yeah, if you have him in a duel where, you know, he's charging somebody, he's more likely to succeed than dodging.
Yeah, he's also kind of likely to foul up the other player, but you know.
Yeah, well.
Oh, the Dragon Crash. Yes, here we're going to try and master this technique for Someoka. And Endo's just sticking around because, he's everybody's best friend, apparently.
Yep.
He's their captain. He's got to.
And all you have to do is
better.
picture a twisting dragon to pull off this move. I love it when shonen things try to explain, like, the special attacks and shit. It's like, oh, you just gotta picture it in your mind. Fuck that shit.
It's like, just picturing in your mind doesn't mean, like, holy shit.
You just need to believe in yourself. Or bereave.
Birivu?
Bereave. And he kind of did it. Little. Maybe.
He's getting there.
He kind of made a dragon appear out of thin air.
Yeah, he kind of manifested his chi into the shape of a dragon. Well, it was more like a worm, because it didn't really actually have any, feet or wings. Like, the Chinese dragons at least have feet. That one didn't even have those. So it's just like a worm or something.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's still in the process of evolving.
Yes, actually it does, believe it or not. Because moves can not only set balls randomly on fire, they can also evolve. And the fat old guy knows Endo's last name, which I think we all know what that means, but we'll just wait until the game comes out and says it. Because, just because we have a plot doesn't mean it isn't a very easy to guess plot.
Those are horribly... stairs.
Yeah, pixels. That happens. And here's Goenji, who's apparently been stalking us this time. And Natsumi, who's apparently been stalking him, stalking us.
See, it's just this little ring of stalking people in this series.
It's the circle of friendship.
and stalking.
If you care about someone, you stalk them off screen.
Apparently.
Very much so. And here's Natsume basically telling Goenji the blunt truth. I do like this scene because she's like, you know what? You're being a moron. Suck it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ends it with going, well, it's not my business anyways.
Which probably only serves to piss him off. To some extent, in some weird way that only Goenji understands.
Probably. Just to spite her. And the day before the match with the Colt. Why have we been waving back and forth this whole time?
I have no idea.
I've been watching you guys, and I'm just like, wow.
We're synchronizing over here.
I noticed.
And here Aki has... Oh, fuck you! I don't want that piece of shit!
No way.
That's a piece of crap. It increases the random encounter rate.
Only use it if you're in dire straits for training.
If you're in dire straits for training, there are better methods later on.
Well, yeah, that's why if you have those options open to you at that point, use them and not this.
But no, I love the explanation of this bracelet. This bracelet is so gaudy, it is so awful, it is so inexorably tacky that people see it and they just want to kill you. And that's why it increases the random encounter rate.
Oh, you have to admit, for any kind of item that makes you have more random encounters, that is a funny-ass explanation.
It just gives me this flashback to Psychonauts with 9 saying, like, just something so tacky that it must be destroyed.
Oh god, this game series.
And now Someoka is freaking out the rest of the club because he used to be as laid back as everybody else. And oh my god, Goenji, if you're gonna stalk somebody, be a little less obvious about it.
I'm not gonna say it.
He's
I'm
obvious,
not
but
gonna say
everyone
it.
else is oblivious.
Well, they're being led by Endo, who is only capable of seeing soccer-related things.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's that name again, Yuka. And here we are after another cut for possibly more recruiting. I don't even know what the hell she does off screen sometimes.
It was just more training, just
More
to make
training.
sure I can get everyone's level to an equal, so that way it's easier to play.
Yep. And here we are going back to the riverbank, which we didn't actually get to see last time because of where the cut ended up being. So here's what the riverbank looks like. As Nuts mentioned, the pixels are horribly slanted when they try to show off the ladders.
They're stairs.
They look like ladders.
They look like ladders to me! All these random soccer balls lying around. See, if this was anywhere near where I lived, all those would have been stolen within, like, a day or two of
Yeah,
this
that's-
place opening.
That and the old man laughs like Santa Claus.
Yup. Well, I thought all old fat men are supposed to laugh like Santa Claus.
No.
Unless they're somebody's grandpa, at which point they're just weird. I've met a lot of weird grandpas. Strangely enough, none of them have been mine, because mine's so deaf he can't hear anything.
That's my grandmother.
Yeah, your grandmother's pretty, hard on the hearing. Oh look, Kazumaru's in a cutscene again. I kind of didn't notice
It's
that
always
for a
nice
moment.
to see him. Oh, there they go.
Well,
Pretty hair.
We'll see him more later on when the rest of the team tries to, like, shirk off training and stuff, and, like, he's in the background going, like, God, these guys are wusses. Like, that's his thing. He's in the background going, God, you people are awful.
Man up!
So I like Kazumaru. He's in the background telling people they're wet blankets and shit.
But yeah, and as soon as the actual training ended, their Someoka and Endo just started their extra training practice.
They're trying to visualize more dragons. And shouting dramatically.
It's a different type of...
Yeah, it's
Dragon
It's got no
form.
feet. Shit.
And
Did it
that
ever
is
have
the
feet?
Dragon
Nope,
Crash.
it's got no feet. Someday it may have feet, but that's a long time coming.
But that day is not this day.
Nope, that day is not today. Oh boy, and here he's going like, you know, you did good practice, but remember that your teammates won't play the same as your opponents, mostly because your opponents will probably be trying to actively hurt you with that ball. In this version of soccer anyways. Oh, and here's him explaining extra training parts where you can increase individual stats.
Like prestige points.
Well, no, prestige points is what you spend to do it.
Yeah, no, you do use prestige points for these little lightning bolts. You spend them, and they're marked by little lightning bolts that you'll find in various areas around, like this one over here, which is just about to get activated. And each one of them, depending on which area you're in, can train a specific stat, whether it be kick stat, your control, your guts, or just random other stats that your characters have. And so if you have a character that has really good in their other stats but it's really lacking something, if you know where the extra training is, you can take them there, spend prestige points to get them on equal level with everyone else.
Yeah, Momo prefers to have her characters have a more level spread of stats. I prefer the more flash strike method of train what they're best in. Oh man, here we are, the fight against the occult. I'm sure this won't be some kind of terrible plot match which locks us out of doing anything halfway through. That was sarcasm. You don't have to say anything. Seriously.
Silence speaks volumes.
This is true. Wow, they all, like, bob their heads at a different rate. Oh my god, that's gonna weird me out now that I've noticed it.
That's like when they were all standing, like, together. See, it looks like Someoka has, like, 2 different hair colors.
Yeah, it does. You can see the hair behind him, and he suddenly looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh character or something.
Yep. Oh god.
Oh man, here's these kids coming in from this other school. Gotta love their team colors. Very purple.
And blood red.
Well, that's the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's always gotta be a different color so you can tell him apart for some reason.
Yeah, so that, you know, if the goalie touches the ball with his hands, he doesn't get called on it.
Nobody gets offended. Everything stays fine.
You don't get a handball, and then they have to do a kick that goes against you.
I vaguely understand what you're talking about.
Unless the goalie is outside the goalie box, in which case the goalie is an idiot for picking it up with his hands.
Oh, you still get fouled if you're a goalie and you pick it up outside the goalie box?
Outside the goalie box, yeah.
Okay. Hey, I don't know these things, man. And here we are going to fight a cult. We're trying to cut these episodes that we get one real match per episode. And believe it or not, that wasn't really a jump cut. I don't even know what happened there, but it clipped for a second. But we literally just exited, and here's Goenji deciding to be slightly less of a pussy.
Yes, he is actually going to help you out now, and he'll be on your team from...
Well, for this match.
He
hasn't decided whether or not he's going to play with us for real. He's just decided that he doesn't...
say pussy so much as disgruntled teenager.
Wet blanket. Poor sport.
Yeah, the poor sport.
Poor sport. Let's stick with poor sport.
And since there was plot to this match, you have to make sure you have certain characters in your group, and so that will be Endo, obviously, Someoka, and Goenji.
Yeah. You can guess who's going to actually be important in the match. The game has a plot, but it doesn't really bother making that plot at all subtle. But, you know, this was a game that's supposed to be applicable to young kids, so what can you do? And there's terrible censoring in the British version. I tried to name my team Wankers and it didn't let me. So then I tried naming them Bugger.
Oh my god, I can't believe you actually did that!
I did! Because there's this online connection thing that you can do, which obviously we can't show off. But it lets you name your team, and I tried to name them Wankers, and they're like, we're sorry, but that text cannot be entered. And I'm like, shit, okay, let's go with Bugger. Didn't let that one happen either. Or even Fag. And I'm like, wait, that just means cigarette in British English. What the hell's even going on anymore?
Well, if you didn't try to name them Bloody Wankers, that would have been pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, finally I named it Team Bullocks. That worked. It allowed that. I don't know why.
Just bollocks.
Bollocks.
So, a cult is giving off a creepy vibe, so let's see how our team does.
Well, they only have, you know, the seeing eye on a headband on the captain. Who's their striker. Most captains are strikers. Occasionally you see some midfielders, and there's one or two other teams that have a goalie as their captain like ours do. I don't like that pink-haired kid's face.
Neither do I.
He's just got that little tiny I don't want to be racist, but I want to say Chinese squint. But how can you be racist in an anime where people have pink hair?
I don't know.
Oh well. Time to score a goal before the plot screws us over. Or try to, anyways. This fat kid's probably gonna steal the ball.
Because that's not a,
Oh my god, it's Floor Masters!
Run! Run away!
Shit, they have the power of Legend of Zelda!
Oh god.
We're screwed! Oh, come on, Kazumaru, do something. Yes!
Pretty boy wins!
You can always count on Kazumaru.
No, you can't. He fucks up a lot in your recordings. Trust me, I had to edit them enough, I know.
So, you're supposed to always be able to count on him, but... Man, they look like the same character, just with different hair.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. A lot of the structures look similar. And when you get the same skin tone, it gets confusing. That's why I said, sometimes I get people confused because they both happen to have brown hair. Oh, it looks like we're actually gonna take a what? What?
That I got really lucky with.
Simple.
The goalie didn't know what was coming, so he just stood there.
That's fantastic.
Wow, he's just like, there's one guy in front of me, he's got the ball. He's obviously not gonna take a
How
shot.
could they beat me?
Because you weren't paying attention, maybe.
I didn't even have to use a special technique.
Just kind of shot it. It's like goalie wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
It's his problem.
And the joke with the coach, his name is Jikuru, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Romanji of Jekyll, and his other name is like Haidu, so it's supposed to be Jekyll and Hyde.
He certainly has interesting facial markings.
Yeah, that kind of appear and disappear randomly for no reason, because Japan, I guess.
I suppose.
There's Someoka trying to do a thing, except then plot says nope. I like that kid with the candles on his head. How does he keep those going through the entire match?
Who knows? Magic, probably.
Well, magical soccer. He does it through the power of suggestion. So yeah, as you can see, blinking characters, as you've probably figured out by now, means that they currently cannot move. So the Ghost Lock puts all of your characters into that phase until the game says so.
It's a pretty nice rainbow shot.
It's a what shot?
The thing where he threw the ball over behind his head to get it up in the air, it's called a rainbow kick.
Oh. That's a cute name.
It arcs over like a rainbow. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't decide these things.
Alright, that makes sense.
I don't decide these things. They're just explained to me. And I try to make sense of them.
Well, you know, what can you do? Sports.
Yeah.
And Sameoka's like, I can't move. I can't kick. Give me the ball anyway.
I'll figure something out.
Head ball.
Head ball. Oh my gosh, that would be funny if they managed to score a goal with a head ball.
They've done that before. I mean, maybe not in this game.
No, I mean in the game.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to watch.
There's probably a Hisatsu shot somewhere that is a head ball. Now I want to find it.
Oh dear lord, what have I done?
Yep. Be prepared. There will be experimentation off screen now. There's a time and a place.
For things off screen. That's a dearie me, right? Not dearie me.
Dearie me, because the joke is one side of his personality is like overly polite and the other one is a rude asshole. And everybody's like, oh no, we've been ghost locked. What are we going to do? Too much dialogue.
Get back to the match.
Too much dialogue. We're here to play soccer. I like that one kid whose name is Blood.
Yeah, he's the vampire.
Oh, that's right. He's the vampire. They've got a vampire.
And a werewolf and a ghost and.
Well, not literally a ghost. I mean, he has feet, and according to Japan, that doesn't make him a ghost.
True. But Goenji has figured out a strategy to try and
repel the
ghost lock.
Yeah, so he's telling everybody to close their eyes. And there's Endo closing his eyes with a lot of focus. And Goenji was like, clearly it was Hypnosis.
Hypnosis.
Hypnosis. Oh. That is so ridiculous. Bullshit magical soccer. And Someoka is like, you know what? Before I disliked you because you were better than me, but now I respect you because you're better than me. Don't try to understand Someoka.
But he's such a good guy.
He still wants to do his fucking Dragon Crash anyways.
He's like, yeah, I've got a special technique now, I'm gonna effing use it.
He's like, you know, Goenji did something, now I want to do something to prove that my existence has meaning in a sports game. Oh, this fat kid.
That kid is such a stereotype.
Which kid?
That kid who does the ghost bowl.
Oh, he's actually supposed to be a Chinese zombie. That's what the little
No wonder he made me think of Ranma.
There's a mummy next to the werewolf right there.
Sticky note on his hat. It's a Chinese zombie thing. Can't remember exactly what they're called, but that's what it is. So yeah, that's their zombie player. That guy's the mummy.
I couldn't tell.
I know, right? He's also apparently pretty good. But he's also apparently pretty nasty. And now for some reason Kazimaru has the ball way down in the left corner.
Yeah.
That was a little strange.
Uh-huh.
Flurry Dash, that's supposed to be Kazimaru's technique. Why does he know I have it?
Because he's also a wind player?
I guess so, but I thought it was Kazimaru's unique technique. Although he gets a unique shot that's entirely his own later.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Oh, that's a regular. Why didn't he use the Phantom Shot?
I didn't know, but I was expecting him to, so I made sure I had God Hand at the ready.
Yeah, that was strange. I mean, he still has TP, doesn't he?
Yes,
should.
He does.
He only took one Phantom Shot so far. Ghost Lock doesn't actually take any TP because it's a plot move.
Oh, horrible. Don't kick the ball in front of the goal.
Oh, Nuts here is bemoaning the state of affairs. Oh no, more fat kid.
Ah, crap.
You have bad trouble with zombies, apparently.
Yes, I do.
I don't like zombies.
Wait. Who does like zombies? No, wait, I shouldn't ask that. It's the internet. Someone does. Hey, that didn't count as an offside.
No, it's because he waited until it rolled in front of them. That was almost an offside.
Because it wasn't a direct pass, it didn't count?
No, not necessarily. It's more because he didn't make contact with the ball until...
Oh wait, here's the goalie's technique. Now, which psycho, murderer, killer, suspense thriller character is his ski mask based off of again? What's the name?
Freddy vs. Jason?
Jason, that's the one. I don't know my horror movies that well, because I only watch the crappy Korean ones because they're hilarious. And Endo's like, remember the power of friendship! And Someoka's like, fuck, you're right, we're in a shonen series!
Only with the power of friendship.
So he's like, fuck it, Goenji, get over here, we're gonna do a thing! Because literally, in the British version, they keep saying, I need you for something. And I'm like, what? Apparently that's something. That's a thing that happens.
Is this that combination thing?
Yeah, this is where we first get a combination shot. If she can get around this other player. Oh, he had just generic glasses, obviously. He was the weak link here.
He was the otaku occult.
No, trust me, you see the otakus later.
No,
and,
I don't mean... No.
But anyways.
And Someoka names it Dragon Tornado on the spot. And this is the game refilling your TP just to make sure you have enough to actually perform the technique, because it costs 51. So, first Someoka kicks it. Then Goenji sets it on fire. And the dragon turns red to signify this.
And he does things.
And he does that.
And then fails at the end.
But then it uppercuts him in the face.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, if a shoot Hisatsu is strong enough and compared to a
yeah, it just breaks through the block Hisatsu. And it ends up whapping the goalkeeper usually.
Yeah, you'll see the goalkeepers are probably the most abused characters in these games.
my guess at the end of days, when you get to the end matches.
They perfected that, like, just then, in case you didn't have eyes.
Yep. That was really on-the-spot performance there.
Yeah. Saw a lot of really good things happen, though.
Yeah.
Spur of the moment.
This team works best under pressure.
Oh, that's a way of phrasing it. Wait, nobody has a guitar.
I have one at home.
I know, but we don't have it here, so we can't.
Darn, I'm sorry.
Doesn't Momo's brother have one downstairs somewhere?
Yeah, but it'd be a pain to go grab it.
Yeah, let's...
Here's Quick Draw, which is pretty useful in the beginning. I like it because it's one of the, non-violent steals.
I also find it amusing that you can't see Max's face.
For the most part, nope, you cannot. You can see it when he does a shot, but we won't be seeing that for a little while, because she insists on using rolling kick to the death.
And then
hey, if it
he
works,
uses
use it!
Nope, he's out of TP.
Oh, so it gets chip shot in the face again.
Yep.
Or uppercut in the face.
Uppercut
and then
in
they
the
do front handsprings and...
Well, earlier you saw Someoka just do a leap and a fist pump.
Yeah, that's actually pretty normal, as opposed to a front handspring in which you could probably twist your ankle and have to get carried off the field.
Yeah, it does seem somewhat dangerous, but injuries are a thing. There's the ball.
He kicked it in frustration.
The ball's like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
It's like, I've had enough of you, you one-eyed...
And they're like,
weirdo.
They're like, Jesus Christ, they beat us, and we're one of the lower ranking teams. Clearly, they beat Taikoku Academy fair and square. And it's like, yeah, let's just let
that be the story.
Yep, Shadow's only level 11. Kazuma is like 18.
Yeah, certain characters level up faster than others.
He's really fast, apparently. And here we have a cutscene that's half Afro, half the strikers having a glare down on the screen. Because they're like, hey, we just did a shot together, but you know what? We're still gonna do the whole rivalry shit thing, but it's going to be a bit more friendly now. Less Someoka being angry all of the time. Maybe. Oh yes, by the way, he was spying on you. Don't worry, that's a perfectly normal thing in this universe. Nothing to be concerned about.
And as of this moment, Goenji is officially part of the team.
Aliens.
No. And Goenji is like, wow, these guys are fucking nuts.
But what have I gotten myself into?
And Natsume's like, well, they still won. It was still Goenji's fault. But you know what? I'm gonna fuck with things again.
Because
Excellent.
I can.
Because somebody needs to. Speaking of fucking with things...
Dramatic music!
Yeah, this is the conspiracy music. In fact, that might actually be what it's called, too.
Actually, yeah.
No.
And every time his phone goes off when I was editing, I thought that was my phone. I am like the dumbest person. I was like, shit, where's my phone? Oh wait, I don't have that ringtone.
And the awesome old man is back!
Who's stalking the coach. Bad stalking! This is the bad kind of stalking!